So this is why you're not putting on muscle. This might be the reason why you're fat and out of shape. So 5 reasons why you are not putting on muscle. Number one, so in the fitness culture, people over exaggerate the benefits of cardio. When you go to the gym, that's usually what you see people doing. Not just on the treadmill, but they're doing certain classes, HIIT classes, cardio classes, bike classes, or folks go out for a run every single day. And the problem with that, there's too much emphasis with running in correspondence with fat loss. Cardio is good. It's great for your cardiovascular system. So if you're trying to run a marathon, if you're trying to get better at long distance, if you're trying to get better stamina and endurance, it's great for your heart as well because that's a part of the cardiovascular system. Then go for it. That's great. Definitely has loads of benefits. However, it does not correspond to fat loss the way people make it seem. When you do excessive cardio, you might lose some weight initially, but your body adjusts to it. It adapts to it over time, which is why you'll see a lot of people who may go to the gym for a year or two, and you see them on their bikes. On their bikes, on the treadmill, or doing cardio, doing the same thing consistently, but they stay at the same place. Their body looks the same. They look exactly the same as they did the year prior. So the risk with cardio is if you do lose weight, you're going to lose muscle as well. So the body's just adapting to you running all the time. It's like, I don't need all this muscle. We ain't doing no strength training. All we're doing is running. I need to make sure the body is light so we can run more efficiently, long distance. Because more muscle requires more energy. So you're overemphasizing cardio as opposed to utilizing strength training to its advantage. Number 2, with this one, I will say you're eating too many processed foods as opposed to whole foods. Now, processed foods, the issue with processed foods is not only does it have a bunch of chemicals, way too many ingredients, blah, blah, blah. We can go into the hippie aspect of it if you want. We can go there because I am a spiritual person. However, if we're going to keep it at a base, simple level, these companies have mastered the art of turning these processed foods into basically drugs. So they know how to put those chemicals in there. They know how to put certain ingredients, whether it's artificial or whatever. They know how to manipulate the taste of the foods, the texture of the foods, everything you can imagine to make sure the human population is addicted to these foods. So essentially, these processed foods end up being drugs at the end of the day because they don't have too much nutritional value. A lot of people just eat just to get high, essentially, because it makes them feel better. Dopamine hit, yada yada. Comfort foods, as they say. Bored. I'm bored, so I'm gonna just get something to eat. And processed foods are literally made to not satisfy you, to make you want more and more. Capitalism, baby. Where they want you to spend that money. Anyway, so you want to prioritize whole foods. When I say whole foods, I mean organic foods that come from the earth. Vegetables, fruits. And then if you want to go the meat route, try to find the best quality meat. It can be difficult, but try to find the best quality meat that you can find. Salmon, grilled chicken, bison, steak, buffalo. As good as a quality meat that you can find, and prioritize that. I would say the thing with nutrition, fitness industry, they try to make it, the fitness industry tries to make things black and white, but it's pretty subjective towards what is good for your body. We all have different blood types. So if there's a way to figure out your blood type and what corresponds with you on a better level, then I would recommend you kind of look into that. Or if you don't have that access, Just you utilize your intuition to your advantage. Our intuition is a lot more powerful than we give credit for. So, say if you eat steak and your body feels a type of way, take note of that. Maybe steak isn't good for me. In some cases, there might be some vegetables that aren't good for you. Maybe spinach gives you leaky gut or something like that. I mean, so it's pretty subjective, but from a from a basically a general kind of point of view for general information, I would say focus on getting your protein in and whole foods. It's going to be a lot more difficult to overeat with whole foods than it is with processed foods, those processed drugs that they make, you know? So there's that. Definitely make sure you're eating quality over quantity when it comes to that. Let's see, for the third one, you are not utilizing compound lifts to your advantage. Compound lifts, you want to prioritize that, especially if you are a beginner. Forget all the fancy smancy stuff. Let's focus on the basics. Let's focus on the foundation, the fundamentals. So compound lifts, the top lifts that you want to focus on. We're going to start here with squats. Squats are a lot more bang for your buck when you're able to hit the squat because the legs are the biggest groups of muscles that you have. So you're going to burn more energy. You're going to build more muscle. And you're going to utilize, a great portion of your body because you have to engage and embrace your core along with the legs. You're hitting your hamstrings, your glutes, your quads, your core, like I mentioned. And it's just, one of the most bang for your buck exercises that you can possibly perform. If you can master the art of the deadlift, I would take your time. I would say focus on smaller repetitions. If you're a beginner, learn the technique. Just like a martial art, you want to learn the technique of these exercises. So learn quality over quantity, learn how to perfect these movements. The deadlift is one of the best movements that you can master because it's hitting damn near your full body. Definitely your posterior chain is your whole backside. So your glutes, hamstrings, calves, all the way up your back of your shoulders. It's going to give you great posture, and it's going to give you overall strength. It's going to hit that CNS to make you a stronger individual, your central nervous system, and your grip strength, everything. That's your neck. It's one of the most bang for your buck exercises that you can possibly perform is the deadlift. And then number 3, we're going to go ahead with the bench press or push-ups. A lot of people like to put emphasis on the bench press. If you can't even push your own body weight up, then that's an issue. I would focus on that first if you're a beginner. Focus on mastering the technique of the push-up, and then you'll be able to translate that towards the bench press. Mastering the technique, taking your time, quality over quantity. And then we can correspond that as well with the overhead press. Overhead press, you're going to hit your shoulders, your triceps, core if you're standing. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead master the pull-up or the chin-up. If you can master a pull-up or a chin-up, you are gravy. So that's one of the best beneficial exercises as well. All 5 of them are, but those are the movements that you want to focus on and master. So compound lifts with that. Let's see, we're at 3. I would say 4. You want to manage your stress levels. Cortisol in the body is not going to be the best for muscle growth, for getting in shape, things of that nature. So you want to incorporate a great mindset, but a practical exercise that you can do for your stress levels, which I'll go into deeper detail in later videos. Meditation and breath work, or going out in nature and taking a walk. You'll be surprised how much going out in nature and taking a walk will help you out in the long run if you're doing it consistently as far as your mental health and your stress levels. Meditation, breath work. I'll go into breath work exercises in later videos. But yeah, you want to manage your stress levels. And then everybody has different lives. So that's a whole nother aspect within itself that we can go into later on. And last but not least, number 5, the closest thing to steroids. The closest thing to, if you want to be natural as possible, the closest thing to steroids that's going to help you put on muscle, that's going to help you burn fat and get in the best shape of your life in general and get you the healthiest of the healthy, your prime peak of health. You got to get adequate sleep. 6 to 8 hours of sleep consistently. Sleep is when the body is able to recover. Sleep is what your body needs. Your body needs that time so it can put on the muscle, so it can burn that fat, so it can heal the body in general. If you want to heal your body, if you want to put on muscle, if you want to get in shape, if you want to burn fat, if you want to do everything that the body needs to do to heal, you got to get sleep. That is the closest thing to natural steroids. I cannot emphasize that enough. Get quality sleep. Whatever you got to do, try to get 6 to 8 hours. Even if you have time to take a nap throughout the day, rest is good for your body. So, we'll end on that note. Appreciate y'all. Feel free to comment any questions you have, yada yada. And those are 5 things that may be hindering you from putting on muscle, or 5 things that you can focus on moving forward. But all right, peace.